Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn some great vocabulary, so let's get started. Today we're learning the difference between fired, laid off, and layoffs. First, let's talk about fired. People get fired when they do something bad, when they're not doing their job right. It's their fault. That's when you use fired. And you can use the to be verb, is, in the past was, he was fired, or you can use the verb get. Get fired, in the past, got fired. He got fired. He did something wrong, or maybe he wasn't doing his job good enough. He got fired. Let's practice. Was he fired? That's right, he was fired. Did he get fired? That's right, he got fired. Now let's talk about this verb, lay off. It's a separable phrasal verb. In the present, lay off. In the past, laid off. Example, if people get laid off, it's a little different. They're losing their job, but it's not their fault. They didn't do anything wrong. The company wants to save money. Or maybe the company doesn't need so many workers anymore. They need fewer workers. So the company can lay off workers. And it can be temporary. Maybe the workers will come back. And it can be permanent. Sometimes they don't come back. We use layoff in both of these cases. So example, the company laid off 3 workers. Or I can use passive voice and say, 3 workers were laid off. And I can use the verb get. Get in the past got. 3 workers got laid off. And remember, it's a separable phrasal verb. So if I have a pronoun, I have to put it in the middle. The company laid them off. Not laid off them, but laid them off. The company laid them off. The company wanted to save money. So the company laid them off. Let's practice. How many workers did the company lay off? That's right, the company laid off 3 workers. Let's practice with passive voice. How many workers were laid off? That's right, 3 workers were laid off. And separating the phrasal verb, I can say the company laid them off yesterday. Let's practice. When did the company lay them off? That's right, the company laid them off yesterday. Now let's talk about this word, layoffs. It's a noun. It's a countable noun, so I can have more than one. Layoffs. It's the same idea. People lose their job because the company wants to save money, but it's a noun. So I can use the verb there are. There are, in the past, there were. There were some layoffs at the company yesterday. It's a countable noun. Some layoffs. Let's practice. Were there some layoffs at the company yesterday? That's right, there were some layoffs at the company yesterday. So remember the difference. Fired, laid off, and layoffs. So remember the difference. Fired is when it's the worker's fault. And laid off is when it's not the worker's fault. And it can be temporary or permanent. And layoffs is the same idea, but it's a noun. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.